Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on our Destinations International online community training. My name is Kate Skidmore, and I'm the Senior Director of Membership Engagement, and I am joined by my colleague, David Bryce, Director of Marketing Technology. Hi, David.
Howdy, good afternoon.
Afternoon, good to see you. And good to see so many familiar names on the call today. Just a few quick housekeeping notes. We are recording this, so we'll have this available. And then also you'll see you have a question box. So please feel free to type in any questions or comments and we will address that at the end. So I'm going to take you through a few slides on the deck and then we'll let David take us for a live tour of the online community. So we're really excited that you could join us. I think right now, the idea of community is more important than ever, just trying to figure out how we're navigating through this virtual space. We're so used to meeting face to face. I think the last big thing that we were all together was Destination Showcase in February. So it's surreal being in the time that we're in and having not having that opportunity, but having this online community and presence and being able to collaborate peer-to-peer is so important. So that's really the purpose of this online community. And I think now it's really important it's great that everyone is connecting with us today because we really want to make sure from a DI perspective and membership that you have the tools and resources to not only navigate through and get through this time, but hopefully to excel as we work through recovery. Just giving you an idea of the scope of Destinations International membership, we have close to 600 organizations in almost 13 countries. That number is growing. We're really excited. We have a global affiliate program, so we're really diversifying our content and expanding our reach of what our offerings are. So it's really important for us to acknowledge that not only your organization is a member, but you as an individual. We know everyone's at different places in your career path. And now I think, sadly, as we've seen organizations, including our own, have major staff cuts and budget cuts, some of us are wearing more hats than we're used to. So it's really important for us to connect you with all of these different opportunities to sharpen your skill set and make sure that you're able to really find value in membership. Everything we do in terms of the member proposition is just based on you as an individual member and the success of your organization. And we really want you to connect with us and make sure that you have access to all of these tools and resources. We organize our website and kind of everything we do on the basis of our 4 pillars, which spell CARE. So that's community, advocacy, research, and education. David is the web guru who's organized our website. So you'll notice when you go to our website, it is organized in this order. So I encourage you to look around and make sure that you're familiar with it. If you ever have questions on where to find something, you can always come to us. And then, of course, it's important to make sure you have your DI login because this is the trigger for accessing the online form David will show you today, and as well as being in the loop with our different communications. Included in the community pillar, we do have a Destinations International blog. You can find just some really great personalized blog stories from our team internally, as well as guest bloggers. And if that's something that you're ever interested in doing, or your destination is, doing something unique and, very innovative, we'd love for you to share that with us. So just let us know. And then, of course, we have our weekly industry newsletters. We've done a great job with actually diversifying those a little bit more. So we've broken them out so that there is an education newsletter, our bi-weekly newsletter from Dawn, and then also an advocacy one. So really trying to make the content that we're providing easy to digest and searchable. So David's going to take us through this online community. We launched this back in May, so we have quite a good following, but we're really excited because it's a great place where you can connect with your peers. So David, I will turn this over to you.
All right, sounds good. I am going to share my screen here to give you guys a quick tour. And we're just going to start at our website homepage, which is just destinationsinternational.org. The community is actually the feature on the homepage right now. But you can also get there, like Kate mentioned, our website is organized by our core pillars. You can get there by going to the community section, online community, and then there's links there to get to the community. And you can also, if you want to, just go to community.destinationsinternational.org, which is also an easy way to get there. So I'm going to log in really quick. Like Kate mentioned, I'm just going to use my test account to log in. So like Kate mentioned, you do yours. This is a benefit exclusive to members of Destinations International, as well as all staff of member organizations. So you do use your Destinations International login to get in, which is just the same login that you use to register for events and access webinars like this webinar, and then also log into the community. So it's just the same login for across all of those things. But here's the homepage. It's kind of intuitively laid out, which is kind of nice. You know, you have your latest discussions that you're subscribed to, as well as recent shared files right here on the home screen. There's a nice list of most active members at the bottom, if you want to check out some of the people who have been most active recently. And then back up at the top, I'm going to walk you through some of the major features that are really handy for you as a professional and getting more connected to the community. The first is the breakdown of all the different discussion groups that we have. So we have links to all groups, and then there's a My Groups button, which allows you to see all the groups that you are specifically subscribed to. Like I said, this is just my test account, so there's an odd collection of, of groups that I'm subscribed to here. But if you go, there's also, there's general discussion groups, which is just basically for any miscellaneous discussion that you might want to start. There's a COVID discussion group as well as a general discussion group. So that's a good way or a good place to start if you want to just get your feet wet. And then we also have a whole bunch of destination organization groups, which are specifically segmented for different audiences within our destination organization membership. So we have groups dedicated to your job type, for example, advocacy, communications and public relations, etc. We have a group specifically for Canadian organizations. Also down towards the bottom here, we have a group for small destinations with budgets below 2 million. So there's just a whole bunch of different destination organization specific groups that you can join and subscribe to. We also have groups dedicated to the event impact calculator. So if you are an EIC subscriber, or if you're interested in subscribing to the EIC, you can come check out the discussion groups dedicated to EIC. There's a general discussion group for EIC, as well as specific groups for each module, whichever one you may be subscribed to. So be sure to check those out, and you can ask questions and comment on other people's questions and stuff like that. So it's a great resource for EIC subscribers. And then finally, we have groups for events and committees. And these are restricted groups specifically for people who are either registered for those events or registered for a specific committee, Destinations International Committee or task force. So for any example of events, you know, if you attended our annual convention, then we did have a discussion group specifically for attendees of annual convention. And as we move into our fall events, we will have more discussion groups here dedicated to our fall events as well. And again, those are restricted just for event attendees. So it's a nice closed space where you can meet other attendees and network with them. So just to give you an example of what you can do in the groups, I am going to show you an example. So we'll just join the destination development group here, just as an example. You can click into the group, or you can just click the join button if you want to see it. The first thing it will do is it will give you an option to subscribe to an email digest for that group. And I would highly recommend using the default, which is just the daily digest. So I can actually show you an example of what a daily digest is, but it's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to flip over to that screen here. So the daily digest is actually pretty cool. It only sends you one email per day on any day in which there is new activity in the group. So this is just an example of a recent daily digest from the Convention Sales and Servicing group. You can see it shows you the new post, the specific discussions within that post, and then also the authors. And if you scroll down, you can see a quick recap of the newest discussions. So like I said, it just sends you a maximum of one email per day, and it's only on days in which discussions are active. So it's just a good way to see or to keep on top of the newest content that's being posted, and it's only in the groups that you've specifically subscribed to. So that's pretty handy. So we're gonna hop back here to the community. So I'll just say yes, join the community. We'll go there. And then, like I said, kind of the similar layout to the homepage. You have discussion posts and shared files. You can add a discussion post if you want to make a comment or share content or ask questions with other people in the group. So I can click add. And then, of course, you can set up your post and add whatever text you like. One kind of cool feature on this platform is that you can also cross-post to different discussions. So let's say I'm posting in destination development, but I also want to post into advocacy, for example. Then I can do that. I can add an additional group that I want to cross-post to. So that's just a cool way to get more people to see your questions and your content that you want to share out. Then other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You just type in your text and then you can send your post at the bottom. The other cool thing you can do in our discussion groups is you can add files if you have PDFs or PowerPoints or other content that you want to share. You can share files and also links. So, and there's all different kinds of types of content that you can share. You can share normal uploaded files, you can share links to websites, you can also share YouTube videos or even webinars. So that's just a great way to share content that other people might be interested in. And then the last thing I want to point out within a specific group is that there are these tabs at the top for discussions and then the file library, but then also members, which is a great way to get into a group and see other people that are also part of the group. So if I click on members, apparently there are 90 people that have subscribed specifically to the destination development group. So it's just a great way to see the list, and you can filter it by person or by company. And then you can, it's just a great way to see all the different people that have similar content interests that you do. And, you know, you may want to reach out to them and send them a direct message or add them as a contact just to have those industry contacts that you can bounce ideas off of. So that's kind of it for a tour of the discussion groups. I'm going to show you the directory real quick, which is kind of similar to the group directory, except this is a global directory across all of the community users. So there's a basic search and there's also an advanced search tab, which is actually really cool and gives you some interesting ways to search for other professionals in the industry. You can obviously search by name or company. You can also search by location, which is really handy. So if I say United States, and if I go to my home state of Illinois, I can search by all members of the community who are from Illinois. So as you can see, there are 197 subscribed people to the community from Illinois, which is pretty cool. From Chicago, Peoria, and all these other, Springfield, all these other destinations in Illinois. So this is a great way to search for contacts regionally if you want to find other professionals that are close to you. Going back to the search options, I will clear these out. And then just also point out that you can search by community name or even community type, which is kind of cool. So for example, if you want to see everyone who has subscribed to a destination organization group or everyone that has subscribed to an event impact calculator group, I can say event impact calculator and find members. And then I find that there are 71 people that have subscribed to any event impact calculator group. So that's just kind of a cool way, again, to just find professionals that have similar interests and content needs that you do. So that's kind of it for the directory. Like I said, just a great place to explore and to find other contacts that you can meet. I am going to, give me a second here, I'm going to show you one more feature, which is your profile. So I'm actually going to hop over to my primary profile for this example. So I'm going to hop over to my main account here. You can get to your profile if you click on the little button in the upper right hand corner. There's my little picture and name. So if you click on profile, you can get to your profile. And so there's a couple things just to point out that you probably want to set up when you first log in the first time, which is just to verify your contact details. All of this comes over from our CRM. And then also your profile picture, which also comes over from our CRM. So if you want to edit any of these things, you can click the little edit button or the change picture button, and this will actually kick you over to our CRM to update your information. So, you know, on the overview tab, you can change your image, you can go into your account and change your contact information and update all of that. So that's just a great way to just keep your profile updated. The only thing just to point out is that it does take just a few minutes to update or to migrate the information over back to the community once you update it in the CRM. So if you update your picture, your contact details, it won't show up immediately, but just give it a few minutes and it'll migrate over. The last thing I want to show you is just one more search feature that's kind of cool in your profile, which is the fact that the system will pre-build networks that it thinks that you might be interested in. So if you go to the My Connections tab and the networks, you can see that the system has given me all these pre-populated networks that it thinks that I might like. So it picks out networks by city, by organization, by company, by state. So it's just another way to, I'm based in the District of Columbia, so it's just another way to see people that might be from the same state that I am. But lastly, one cool thing is that you can also search by job title, and this will show you all members of the community that had the exact same job title as yourself. So for me, I'm, if I click there, I'm the Director of Marketing Technology. And so there aren't a ton of people that have that exact job title that are currently in the community. There's apparently one other person currently. But if you have a more common job title like Director of Sales or Sales Manager or, Marketing Manager or Director of Marketing, then there are likely a number of people that you can find with the exact same job title as yourself, which is just another avenue for you to make contacts and connect with people and find other people that have the same content questions that you might have. And that's about it for the tour. Please let us know if you have any questions and type them into the questions box, and we'd be happy to answer them. Did I miss anything, Kate, that you wanted me to point out?
Perfect. Thank you so much, David. And as he mentioned, while I'm pulling this deck back up, please enter any questions or comments you have. Let me just, let's see. It's always this lovely transition. Let me swap this. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So I just wanted to point out another new thing that we launched recently. It's the We're Here to Help Recovery campaign. So many of you have been following all of our COVID communications. We did have a COVID hub, and now this has kind of replaced that. We still have the COVID group in the online forum that David pointed out. But this is just a really great resource. It is on our website, and it's a landing page. And it serves both for the destination community and then also, of course, for meeting planners. So we know that having content right now that's really resourceful in terms of connecting you with resources to recover and then the right providers and people is really important. So that's what this is. When you go to the site, you can see a really great, here's like some tiles of our different industry experts and companies that are our partners. So you can go and look at all the different resources they provide. One of the things I'd encourage you to check out, Don has started doing this really fun connectors series. So he has gone to these different destinations and really pointed out with the destination consultants innovative things that are happening in the industry. So it's really fun to watch. I'd encourage you to follow that. Then of course we have different articles, blogs of just different things that are happening in resources, and then also an industry recovery page. So I encourage you to take a look at those. And in addition to that, we also have something that as destinations you should take advantage of. We have our destination search tool. So I think many of you are familiar with our former product empowerment, which is now, we've sunsetted that. And this is really kind of the replacement page. And it's great because it's a member included benefit. So it is not a pay to play. It is included in your membership. So I'd encourage you to go in and update your meetings profile page. I will send out this deck and the link so that you can be sure to do that. It does take a little bit of time to update. So if you don't see it pop up immediately, give it about 24 hours and then it should push to our live website. So I encourage you to do that. We're obviously trying to work with you to create more visibility and then also really help to be able to define what makes your destination unique in its offerings. So check that out. And then David had also pointed out we have the Online Learning Center. This is a new platform for us. So all of our past webinars and resources are listed on here. So I encourage you to go through. We've been putting out some really robust content during, all of this, the COVID time that we've been in. And obviously as we're recovering, we'll be putting in a lot of different great resources. Last week, we had a great GBAC STAR webinar really talking about cleanliness standards and safety. So I encourage you to look at that. And then in terms of education, really exciting. We are going to go forward with virtual PDM courses. So a lot of great educational opportunities. So pay attention to that. And then as well as looking in our different weekly newsletters, because we'll be updating you with that. And then finally, encourage you to stay in touch with us. We're very active on our different social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. So we encourage you to connect with us and follow us, and because we're always putting out different contents, and then it's just fun to see everyone virtually face to face on there. So please utilize our team as we're all in this together right now. We really want to be, first point of contact as a resource to you and your team. So if there's anything specific that you're looking for, let us know. And just quick, it looks like I did get a question. Someone asked if we're going to share this presentation, and we absolutely will. And we'll also share the recording with you. So I believe that's it for questions. So I want to thank you, David, for giving us the grand tour and making everything so easy to find on our website. And good to see so many of your names on the call today. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything from us. So thanks, David. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or have difficulties logging in.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone. Stay well and look forward to talking to you soon.